Alright, in this video I'm going to go over 3 of my most recent trades in a trade review video. This one's going to be a little different than my other ones. It's going to be a little quicker, and I'm covering obviously 3 different trades. The first 2 were covered in Trades on Watch videos. This first one is Euro dollar US dollar, and I took it short on October 2nd, right after the NFP news release that happens on the first Friday of every month, the non-farm payroll in the US. So I've gone over this before, but it broke down and was coming back to retest this area, and I was wanting to get short. And on the lower time frames, this is where I got in at. This is the 1-hour chart and the 4-hour chart, and not the cleanest lower time frames at the time of entry. Like I said, this was a daily setup that I really wanted to get into, and I probably should have waited a little longer, been a little more patient on the lower time frames. But sometimes these positions, when they're clean on the daily and give you what you want to see, you just need to get into them, because if they take off without you, then you're going to miss the opportunity. So I took the risk, and it did not play out how I wanted it to. The risk reward on this would have been 7.6, and as you can see, I entered it Friday at 8 something in the morning my time, which is Central Standard Time, and it got closed out roughly around 4 or 5 a.m. The following Monday. So this was a full 1% loss, and it closed out last Monday. I took it the Friday before, so I'm kind of counting this as a trade from last week. The next pair is New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, and I've gone over this before again in my other videos. This is the messiest you will probably see my charts. Hopefully, if they get messier, let me know. But this monthly trend line is so strong that I really just want to keep it in there until it's not being respected, and I could probably take it off the daily chart, but I like to see it in there. So to somebody who is not used to looking at charts, this will look messy, but since I know what they are in my mind, I can still see it clearly. But I don't recommend having this many lines. Typically, I like to have the maximum of 3 horizontal support and resistance lines and 1 trend line. But as you can see, this daily trend line and this monthly trend line are both being respected on the daily chart. So, and actually where I got in was right here on October 2nd on this bearish bar right here, and it failed, and now it is actually retesting again, and I am watching it again along with some other yen pairs, just to see what happens on the lower time frames. But on this trade, on October 2nd, it went on to break even. Oops. There we go. So this is where I got in on the 1 hour. Down here, the position size I had was a 3% risk reward. Here's the trend line. Broke, retested, retesting the 50 EMA, 4 hour, super clean, break, retest, good deceleration. See if I can get the 5-minute entry. And this is where I entered. A true 5-minute entry would have been more right here on this bearish candle, which happened, an hour after I got in. But I'm sorry, this is the 15-minute chart. Back to 5. So it looks like I got in right here on this bearish candle, and this would have been a better break right here, just 20 minutes after. Some people like the 15 minutes, some people like the 5. I tend to use the 5. Sometimes I go to the 15 for reference. Obviously, I did at some point because my charts were stuck on it. But the break and retest, and then once it after this strong bearish candle right here on the 7th of October, I moved my stop to break even, mainly because the other pairs that were correlated with this were already pulling back, and I'd already taken a 1% loss on euro dollar, and so the market was proving me wrong on that. So I went ahead and moved this down to break even just to take risk off the table, which was choking the trade somewhat after this strong bearish move. It still hadn't moved enough to move the stop to break even and still let the trade breathe, but I wanted to take the risk off the table, so I moved it to break even, came up and took me out for no loss, no profit, and continued up, and it would have taken me out for a full 1% if I wouldn't have moved my stop down. So those are the first two trades. The third trade I'm going to go over is Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Aussie CAD, and it was taken on the I believe the 5th of October. When we get to the lower time frames, you'll see my position size. But yeah, I think the 5th of October. This daily chart looks very similar to euro dollar, New Zealand yen. It broke and retested and had some nice tweezer tops. Let me zoom in for you. These candles are called tweezer tops right here, these two. This red and green, doesn't matter what color they are, but those long high test wicks, two of them in a row, that is the main reason I chose Aussie CAD over Aussie US dollar, which was Aussie US dollar was also a very clean setup last week. Here's the Australian dollar US dollar setup from last week right here. Back to the Aussie CAD, the trade I actually took. Went short right here. Now let's go on down to the lower time frames. This one again, on the 4-hour and the 1-hour, they both broke the 50 EMA, came back and retested, and after this nice high test up here on the 4-hour chart, I was looking to get short, and I got in on this bearish candle on the 5-minute right here. And right after I got in, pulled back some more and consolidated for a while, broke down, and ended up hitting my full 2.9% profit target yesterday. So between those three trades, roughly 2% last week. Not bad. If I can make 2% every week, that would be phenomenal. Halfway through the month, almost. Not in any trades right now. Got some good pairs on watch that hopefully will present some decent entries this week, so we can keep the momentum for the month going, and I will keep y'all updated on any trades I get in. Comment below if there's any questions on these trades, or if y'all are looking at any trades this week and want me to take a look at them. Just comment below, let me know, and I'll be happy to help.